I recently did a hypnotherapy session to help me deal with some unresolved trauma from a workplace accident I had when I was 17. Essentially, I was working at the airport as a baggage handler for this cargo company, and I was pulled into a belt loader by my scarf. It got caught in the machine, wrapped around my neck, and pulled me in. In trying to fight this machine, I pulled both of my biceps and my back, and I'm still dealing with the ramifications of this today. The only reason that I survived was because my friend who was at the bottom of the belt loader went to go check why I wasn't at my post, and he saw me right as I was about to get crushed by this machine. In reliving this experience during the hypnotherapy, I realized that after the event, my brother was the one who told my mom about it. He always acted as this buffer between her and I, in case I ever got in trouble. She was crying and being comforted on the fact that she almost lost her son, and I just sat in my brother's room and I played video games. I had this massive scar across my neck at the time from the scarf. And in reliving this situation through the hypnotherapy, I realized that no one really checked in to see how I was doing. I realistically just needed a hug, but I never got it. Everyone just assumed I was okay, and so I never really processed these emotions. In fact, the only reason I even got help for this is I kept having these nightmares where I was getting pulled into machinery. And I didn't really think much of it, but then my roommate was like, bro, deal with this trauma. Fast forward a couple years, and I used to have a therapist for my horrible anxiety disorder. He gave me all these great tools that helped me manage the panic attacks and to hopefully get some understanding of my mind and understand why this was happening. There were multiple months where I couldn't even leave my house because I had panic attacks constantly. At a certain level, we completely cured it. As we got a little deeper into the anxiety, the tools stopped working, and I had to adopt entirely different paradigms in order to deal with the next stages. These CBT tools weren't going to work for me anymore. What got you here won't get you there. Now, we were in uncharted territory. And that's fine, really. But on this path of self-discovery, knowing thyself and understanding our default programming, I realized that each stage has people that are there to offer you advice. Everyone realistically wants to help. But the further you go down this path, the less crowded it is. The less people are even there to give you assurance, guidance, a hug if you need it. When you start out, everyone can give you advice, whether that's on a breakup or what they did to deal with the fact that they couldn't concentrate. At the start, there's everyone dealing with the same problems. When you start exploring that what you thought was your authentic self was actually your ego hiding itself from you and tricking you, the less people there are to relate with and share that experience. When you're at a point deep in your journey that not many people have gone to, it feels like you're walking the path alone. And I believe that you will be, because other people can only show you their path. But eventually, your path becomes specific to only you. It's unique to you, and you have to walk it alone. Friends that are on the same path will be there, but in the end, what gets them to the next stage and what gets you to the next stage are going to be different things. Then you can feel the loneliness that Marcus Aurelius feels as he writes to himself in the Meditations. After all, who else can relate to the position of the emperor of supreme power? Who can he even go to for counsel? All that he can really do is write and explore for himself. Now, I'm not saying that I'm as deep as Marcus Aurelius was, or anything, not even close. But there's still that aspect that the road gets more narrow the further that you go down it. In his book on enlightenment, Jed McKenna explains the motto that helped him on his journey was simply further. You reach a certain point, have new insights, you understand exactly a part in the Bible that everyone else has misunderstood. You think you've made it, but there's one thing to tell you to keep going, further. You're in free fall. You don't know when it'll stop. You can't find your bearings, and you just keep going because there's no other alternative. The path is narrow. You're alone, but there's only one place that you can go, further. Further into understanding, further into letting go. Just go further. That's all that you can do, no matter who is by your side. And then you reach a point where there isn't a hug from an understanding friend or family member who can help you, because no one can understand anymore. You need to get your comfort from some other source. You need to tap into a different well. And I'm not sure where that comfort can be found, to be honest. Maybe it can't be. I'm on the journey just as everyone else is. I even feel that I'm in the super early stages as well. I know literally nothing. But then at the same time, a lot of my insights, people can't even relate to those. It feels like you're losing your mind at times, to be honest. And maybe you are. Maybe it has to be like that. Maybe that's the way. We'll see when we get there. We're all gonna make it. But in the meantime, the only thing that we can do is go further. I hope you liked that video. Here at Project Stoic, we are focused on creating videos around Stoicism, philosophy, spirituality, all wrapped under the umbrella of storytelling with contemporary lessons. Now, although this channel is new, we do have over 165,000 followers over on TikTok talking about the same stuff. So you know what that means? That means I'm a TikToker. I'm a TikToker. But this YouTube channel is new, so if you'd like to support, help grow it, consider subscribing, liking the video, and of course, watch more. Anything to boost us up in the algorithm. Happy you're here. I hope you learn a lot, and we'll talk to you soon.